Hey guys, I'm excited to have you with me for another episode of Studio Creative Kids. Today, we're just gonna spring into spring and do a cute rabbit design. Okay, so it's gonna be really easy this week. We just need some colored pencils, markers, whatever you wanna color with. Our pencil, I have my Sharpie, an eraser, my Bic pen, because I like to use that for outlining. Pencil sharpener close by if you're using color pencils. And then I have my Just Art paint pens in case I want to use them. I like to have my options close by just in case. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. But I never know, kind of as I'm drawing, I kind of change my process a little bit. So I like to have the varieties there. Okay. So when I keep this super simple, my idea is that I'll draw the rabbit and kind of make it look like there's a mixture of really tall carrots and flowers behind him. So this may be like a little bit of an imaginary world that we put this little rabbit in, and how fun would it be if everything else around him was giant, or her. You can decide which one you want. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're going to come to the bottom of our page. If it helps you, you can make two little lines spaced out on either side. I'm going to move this back just a little bit. And it's going to be super easy. We're going to go up, around. That will be one of my rabbit's ears. And we're just going to do a little line over. We're going to go up and around and back down. So that will give us the shape of the rabbit. We don't have to show his whole body. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do the lines up and over in the ears. Same thing here, up and over in the ears. All right, down here, what we can do is do 1, 2, 3. Just like do his little arms there. 1, 2, 3. All right. That kind of gives us the ears, the shape of the body, the arms. Okay, for the nose, we're gonna do an upside down triangle, which is just a line shape with a V shape underneath it. And we're just gonna go down from there and do like a J shape. And then we're gonna follow that same line down and do another curved line on the other side. And already we're almost done drawing this rabbit. Okay, so for the eyes, we can keep it super simple. What we can do is do a circle on either side of that. I always like to put a smaller circle on the inside that gives just the little highlight. So the circle would be black and the little highlight would be white. Okay. And we'll do some whiskers out the side. Do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then for the belly of the rabbit, you can do a little line up and over to show the little belly of the rabbit. I'm going to show you 2 different ways. You can do it that way, or, and I might do it this other way today. Add this line back. Or you can do little dashes inside like this. You can even make those like a shape if you want to. I might also do those inside my little rabbit's ear. If you want your rabbit to be a girl, it's really simple. You can just add little eyelashes there, and it makes it super easy. Okay, so let's draw some giant carrots in. So what I'm gonna do is above my rabbit's head, I don't wanna do it too high because I don't wanna run out of my page here. Well, what I can do is we're gonna do a little bit of a curved line and we're gonna come down. We're just gonna look like these are just sticking right outside the ground. Remember to keep your drawing lines pretty light. That way, if you want to make any adjustments, you can erase really easy and you don't see your lines. You can even take a separate sheet of paper next to you. If I draw that really dark line and I try to erase it, do you see I can still see it there? So what I have my students do is practice. Like, show me your line and then erase it and let me see if we can see it. And then that kind of gives them the thing of like, yes, I need to keep my lines light. Okay, so above my carrot, I'm just gonna do a tiny little half circle here, and then I'm just gonna do some leaf shapes, which is a curved line, and then we match the other line at the opposite direction. Curved line, match it at the opposite direction. You can do however many you want to. And then inside the carrot, we can just do some curved lines that just show the texture of the carrot. So I'm going to draw a few of those on the page. Let's do another one here. Let's see. Curved line. And then my leaves. And then we'll add the flowers in just a second. This one's going to be here. So how happy would this rabbit be to be in a world where it was tiny and the carrots were giant? Okay, so now I have 3 giant carrots there. And then what I'm going to do is draw some flowers. I might overlap some of these lines. Wherever I overlap, I'll erase the lines. I'll show you that really fast. So here I'm going to do the middle part of the flower with just a circle, and I'm going to do some curved lines around it. And it's okay if it goes off the page. Right here and here where I have crossed over my carrot, I'm just going to go and erase those lines. I'm going to leave my rabbit's whiskers there. That one is fine. And then I'm just going to do a straight line down and do 2 curved lines and give it leaves. There and there. And I'll do one more here on this side, maybe a little bit higher. I'm going to do the circle line. And here comes the curved lines for this flower. For the flower petals. And then I'm just going to go back through and erase any lines that have crossed over to change my design. And then I'm going to do a long line down. I'm going to do my 1 leaf there, 1 leaf here, going off the page. And then we can also do extra lines here and there to make it look like grass. All right, you guys. So now, since we're using color pencil, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Sharpie marker and I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna trace my lines. Sometimes the kids in the studio love this part and sometimes they do not like this part of tracing lines. But it really helps you with those fine motor skills, and it helps you to finish your design out. I'm going to put some more of those little dashes there. Okay. We're going to speed this up and then we'll come right back. Okay, so I've drawn these lines in. I'm gonna just add some little polka dots in the middle of my flower. And then what we can do is before you start drawing, you can take your pencil, your eraser, and you can go through and just erase all over the lines. Remember, art doesn't have to be fussy. If you're tracing and you don't completely stay in the line, it's okay. Once you start coloring it, it all just starts coming together and it'll all start making sense. Okay. I'm just gonna clean on this. Okay, so with color pencils, they're so fun because you can shade with them and you don't have to have multiple colors if you don't want to. You can take your color, like I'll take this green and do all my leaves. With color pencil, if I press hard on it, it gives me a darker shade. If I lighten my pressure up, light, see how it just shaded that for me. So if you can press down hard, dark, you just lighten that pencil pressure, easing it up, and it will shade. So I'm gonna do that with all my leaves. Take a look. Hard pressure, and now for the rest of the leaf, I'm just gonna shade light. I think I'm gonna use a green paint marker down here where this grass is. So I can kind of just show where my stems of my flowers are and where the grass is. And then I can always just add like a little pop of color to the other side of my leaves. All right, so that's that. In the middle of my flowers, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do hard pressure and then go to light. Hard pressure and then lighten up. And remember, you can always get an extra sheet of paper and practice that at the edge of your page. I'll do the tops of my carrots like that. And then I'm also one side of my carrot. I'm gonna do that same thing. I'll add a darker orange in here in just a second. Just do a darker shade. And then I'll color in the light. See how that already just gives it a depth of color. Okay, let me do my other carrots and we'll get that done. Okay, so you can see I shaded all my carrots that way. I'm gonna get an orange color and I'm gonna add my orange in there, kind of the same way. Just gonna go through and just decide what kind of pencil pressure I want. I don't want this orange to be terribly dark, so I'm just gonna go in there and add it in. Just went out of lines a little bit right there. Okay, so I have some fun color for my carrots. And then let me decide what color I want my flowers. I think I want them to be a nice purple. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna, on the outer edge of my petals, I'm gonna put a little bit deeper pressure and then I'm gonna go lighter pressure on the inside. Even just learning that helps you to have good muscle memory in your arm. You'll feel it when you'll feel those muscles when you're pressing hard on this color pencil to get that darker shade. Okay, and then I want to get a little hint of pink. I need a darker pink than that. Let me try this one. Yeah, just a little hint of a pinkish color to kind of throw at the base of these petals. I love it. Okay, while I have my pinks out, I'm going to go ahead and do my rabbit's ear. Kind of go over that with this deeper pink. Okay, and then I think for the color of my rabbit, I want to do a soft gray color. So I'm just gonna go around to my rabbit and do the same thing. I just don't want it to be too dark. All right, guys, we're almost done. Okay, so for the last thing, what I want to do is get a really pretty sky color. Let's do this one. So in between my rabbit and the carrots, I'm just gonna kind of outline around it. And then I'll color it in after I do that. Okay. So now that I have that outline, I'm just going to do a lot lighter pressure, and I'm just going to go through with this color pencil, fill in the space, and we'll just about have this picture done. All right. Now that I have that done, let's see, let me find a good marker. Maybe I'll do it with this darker one. So I just want to go in for fun with my paint marker and add another little imaginary element to this. That's the fun thing about art. If you can think it up, you can put it on paper and just create a fun little environment for your characters. this little guy. So cute. Also take the bright orange. Just go through our carrot and add a little pop of color there too. I love it. I think it looks so cute. Don't forget to sign your piece of art. That's really important. You can put the year that we illustrated this in. So we have that marker too. Let's see, one more little thing, and then we're gonna call this done. I'm just gonna go over in the little white part of the eye. Just a little bit. All right, you guys, how cute is that? Here's our little bunny spring into spring. Cute little illustration. Look at all the colors. Isn't it amazing how just with color pencils, you can capture that color just by putting that heavy pressure and then lightening up on the ends. All right, you guys, I hope you have so much fun drawing this cute little bunny in his imaginary world full of giant carrots and flowers. I feel like I want to go to that world too. All right, you guys, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next episode of Studio Creative Kids.